Hello, hello, and hello there. Okay, welcome, 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 welcome. I am taking it all in just like I want you guys to take it all in. I was surprised, um, continually, actually. I came into this reading with, and first of all, I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, as you can see, I'm excited to tell you guys. But why is Jennie Nguyen on our television screen? So I asked for the reason she joined Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And then a bonus question of did Jennie target Mary Cosby? All right. This tarot reading exposes what Jennie imposes. All right. Um, Found out some stuff about her that I did not know, which tarot just kept on revealing and revealing. So I'm full of kombucha and feeling good. Okay. Nice, clear, and cleanse. So let's get started. Okay, so here we have the beginning of the summary portion. All right, and I didn't even have to do an extreme deep dive because I got my news. Okay, I got my news, and when I got my news, I stopped, and y'all about to get yours. So let me tell you why it's important. For those of you who may be new, welcome, welcome, and welcome. My sages already know that when I decide to do a reading on a new housewife, the very first reading will always be, excuse me, my allergies, you guys. The very first reading will always be, how did you get here? No, anyway, but like, why are you here? Why did you decide to join this housewife edition, And so, and that provides a good basis for readings going forward. And this one, so glad I did it. I found out a lot, which gave me a new perspective and a new respect for Jennie Nguyen. Okay, so what I'm gonna read to you guys first is mostly how she comes up. Like if you just like Google her or Google her job or where she works, she gets this intro. Medical spa. She has a medical spa. Jennie Nguyen, the co-founder of Crave Beauty Spa, who have been working in the health and beauty industry for the past 20 years, is a friendly, enthusiastic, and dedicated healthcare professional. Her mission is to bring beauty to the world by providing customized services to meet each customer's needs. So, the issue I have with that is that she sold it. So, it's weird to me that in a lot of places, things are not corrected or updated. Now, the internet is one thing, all right? The other thing, though, where it should be corrected is the Crave Beauty Spa website. Okay, so what I had an issue with is that on her website, as you guys can see, well, not her website, because like I said, it's reported over and over that she sold it, but you can still make an appointment with her. And um, that is the kind of stuff that I do not appreciate. All right. I don't appreciate that. That it doesn't make any sense if she, in fact, sold it, how can you still make an appointment if she's no longer working for them, or not for them or with them or whatever? So I go on to see if it will actually, if the website will actually let me schedule an appointment with her. And you can just watch and see for yourself. As you can see, it says Friday the 14th of January. 10 a.m. And I'm not giving them my email to schedule an appointment with someone who's not available. So what do you guys think would happen if I went through with scheduling that appointment? And then I'm getting ready to highlight right there that it says that it's scheduled with Jennie. $45, a pedicure. Scheduled with Jennie for Friday the 14th at 10 a.m. It says that. Okay. How and they're, and then in a minute I'm going to show you guys that they're based in Florida. You know, there's two spas and they're both in Florida. Apparently she lives in Salt Lake City. Because, at first I was thinking, oh, well, maybe she still, goes there as a technician. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Got a little part-time job. Nothing wrong with that. But then I found that it's in Florida. So she ain't gonna fly out there today to give me a pedicure. Okay? So what the heck? I don't like it when websites are deceiving, because I guarantee you guys, they would have let that appointment go through. And when I showed up and said I have an appointment with Jennie, they would have told me, okay, well, you know what? Jennie no longer works here, but we have, Becky or Tasha, and they'll help you. Now, what if I had Jennie like a long time ago and she was really good and I only wanted to go to her? Then we'd have an issue. But you really can just take care of that by just taking her off of the availability, off of the roster to make an appointment with. How long has she been gone? People, you know what? People need to go ahead and just hire me for their website. That's all I'm going to say, okay? Now, coming up, you will see, I'm going to let it go on and play some other website things that I just clicked around. Okay, I just clicked around, but I'm also gonna tell you guys some more background as I click around. All right, so E! News Online ran an article that said, "Meet Jennie Nguyen. Everything to know about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's new star." It was an exclusive. They interviewed her, okay? And they had certain bullet points or whatever, and I am going to take some info from that article. So one of the first things that it said was she was a fan of the show, which I am glad she admitted, and that that stands out to me. All right, that's something that we need to duly note. She was a fan of the show. So this kind of feeds into any animosity that she may or may not have had already with some of the ladies. Okay, more pointedly, maybe Mary. Maybe Mary. Okay. But anyway, Jennie decided to join the show after selling her successful medical spas, two locations in Florida. And then I was wondering why Florida. Yeah. So, and I'll touch on that again later. She's friends with Lisa Barlow. I wonder how tight knit friends are they? Jennie and Lisa Barlow met and became close because their sons go to the same school together. But she didn't know any of the other Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast members. Okay, but she kind of, well, she knew of them because she was a fan of the show. So that kind of is a tricky way of saying she didn't know them. She knew of them. Okay, so she already had a preconceived notion of them in her mind. Let's not forget that. Okay, don't play with me, E News. Don't play with me. She has a husband and 3 kids. Her husband's name is Dewey. Dewey wants more kids, and Jennie does not. That's a part of her storyline. Dewey even suggests getting a sister wife to carry the children. That's a part of her storyline. Okay, here we are going to. This is where it gets deep for me, anyway. She's from Vietnam. At the age of 7, Jennie and her family immigrated to America, and their journey was anything but easy. Now, this is a quote from her from the E! News article. All right, so this is her speaking. So I am only going to read to you guys her quote, which she said. When I was very little, my family escaped Vietnam because if you stayed there, you were pretty much dead. What you guys see in Afghanistan is exactly what was happening back then to us. And watching that on TV, I have PTSD even now. Pretty much, we had to escape on this tiny fishing boat, and we were in the ocean for a very long time. And then we got captured by the Thai pirates. They gathered us on the ship and then dropped us off at the Thai refugee camp. They actually sunk the boat, so we had nowhere else to go. They drop us off there. We stay there for several years and then just waiting to be sponsored. We're just doing our best to just survive. That's the only thing we can depend on is have each other and just the will to survive. We got sponsored by a Christian church which was in Long Beach, California. That's where I grew up and where we just have to deal with everyday lifestyle. Try to learn English. Try to adapt to the culture. So there's 2 things that I duly noted from that article and from her quote, which was the first one was that she said she was raised in Long Beach, so I'm wondering how did she end up with 2 practices in Florida. I thought that was interesting. The second thing was I truly duly noted that she has PTSD. Okay, she has PTSD, you guys. So that is going to have a tendency to continue to affect her and how she relates to the women, all right? More namely, Mary. And I know right now you guys might be saying, well, what do Mary got to do with any of that? Now, if you sit back, relax, and kick off your shoes, okay, and just listen to this reading, you will find out. Now, I would like to ask you guys to allow me to tell you real quick before we go on any further the hang up that I had with Jennie Nguyen. The recent episode where she returned the shoes, and I really wasn't feeling that. And that made me look at her in a whole different light because I really wasn't looking at her at all, to be honest. But then after that scene, I was like, oh, thirsty much? And I always like to say welcome to the newcomers. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us for this Salt Lake City session of Real Housewives. So, what I like to do sometimes is when there's a new housewife, I sometimes like to just, before I do any other reading on her, I like to set the groundwork. The groundwork is to ask what is the reason why she made the decision to join in the first place. Okay, it just works out better once we establish that. So, for Jennie Nguyen, she has grabbed my attention, and so that's what we're doing today. Why did she decide to join Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? And it is a 5 card spread that I've made up and with a bonus. But today there's 2 bonuses. So I will explain the positions of the cards as I go through them, and the bonus is always going to be their energy influence because it's very important. That's the root of everything, and I save that for the end. And today's additional bonus is a card that I pulled from a different deck, that a deck that I do not believe I've ever used in any of these Tarot Spills the Tea sessions. But it's one that I use for emotions, and I'll explain more when I get there. Because my question for that deck was Jennie targeting Mary Cosby? I just wanted to know. Okay, so let's get started. So we start out with the past. This card is very important because what this card is telling us is this is something that the person considered heavily on their mind as they were making the decision. All right, and in this case, the decision that Jennie made to join Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Okay, so what I ended up having to do, you guys, is clarify a little bit more. So this actually has 2 clarifiers, but what I'm going to show you guys is one clarifier, and then the other clarifier I'm just holding in my hand, and I'm going to talk you guys through it because I'm trying to make my videos a little bit shorter. Okay. Um, and let's see. So the deck that I used is the oh my gosh, Modern Witch deck. And the clarifying deck is the original Rider Waite. Okay, I haven't used them in a long time, but I'm using them today. Okay, and then the extra clarifier is my Ultimate Clarifiers deck, which is the cards that you will not see. It'll be off screen. So, fresh out of the box, baby. Death. Okay. Death, and Death was upright. She had a mixture of upright and reversed, but this Death card was upright and in the past. And it says the past needs to be placed behind you so you can focus your energy on what is ahead of you. So that's interesting. And so instantly, like what I kind of was getting was her career, which she, was 20 years into the beauty industry. She was an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, the medical spa that I just explained about. So I'm thinking, okay, so does this have anything to do with that? That was my first question. Does this have anything to do with that? Because she's said more than one interview, that she stopped the medical spa to focus more on her children. And so, okay, that's fine. But so then it's clarified by the Queen of Swords reversed. And that says that she's suppressing feelings about a past event, which may result in involuntary emotional outbursts. Okay, all right. That was interesting because let me go ahead and tell you guys right now, the first couple of episodes of this season, I missed them. All right. And honestly, I didn't want to go back and pay for them to watch them. All right. So, not sure how she was introduced, not sure if she had any emotional outbursts in the first couple of episodes, but what I do know is at her event, her faux garden event for friendship and all that and coming together, I saw an emotional outburst when she was yelling at Mary because Mary was not being 100% truthful, which she blamed on her memory. But, Mary said, I didn't say anything bad about you when she was talking to Jen Shah. And then, of course, we have those Bravo editors who played that wonderful bean footage of Mary saying a few things bad about Jen Shah. So the outburst that Jenny had sitting at the head of that beautiful table in that beautiful garden was yelling at Mary saying, "You did say something, and I mean, it was a little over the top for me, which is why I'm calling it an emotional outburst. So it's something in her past that she needs to place behind her. All right. Now, this is even more interesting. Something in her past gave her false promises. This is from my Ultimate Clarifiers deck. False promises. Someone is telling you that things are going to happen that ended up not happening. Okay. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, I no longer think this has to do with her business. Let's keep going. In the present position, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which was in reverse. The present position, of course, is very important because some might say the most important out of this spread because this is what actually pushed them into the decision that they made. And again, in this case, Jenny made the decision to join Salt Lake City Housewives. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, which references clinging to control and unwelcome changes. Jenny clings to the illusion of control. With the wheel in reverse, the lesson is to learn to let go and release. She needs to learn to move on and move forward. Okay, I can totally see how she needs control. Like, I get that from her. Like, about the third time, maybe the second, third time I saw her on my TV screen, honey, I could see she finds comfort in control. And a lot of us do. A lot of us do to a certain extent. But hers, I was very interested to see how that was going to play out because each of those women, well, normally housewives are strong, and I was like, you're new too, so how are you going to satisfy your need to be in control and assert yourself? I knew it was coming somewhere, and we just seen it this past episode where she gave the shoes back, made everybody come sit down so she could tell Mary off. She found a way to assert herself, and she used some shoes. Okay, very creative, very creative. I should have looked up her sign. I meant to, and I forgot. So let me say this real quick because one time, a while back in the beginning, I got I'll call it a complaint, I guess, or a criticism, where someone seemed to be bothered that the reading I gave, she said, "You're saying the same thing over and over and over. Oh my gosh, say something different already." It sounded something like that. To which I explained that I'm not in control of the message. Okay? I'm just the messenger. So, different cards, different positions for a different person, you can come across a situation where the cards, even though they're different, they may have the same message resonating throughout the entire message. That just means it's even stronger. Okay? I said that to say this. That is the situation we are in today in this session, you guys. Straight up. This let go and release reverberates throughout the entire message. Okay, so don't get mad at me. All right, because we will discuss what it is that she needs to let go and release. All right. The clarifier, guess what, you guys? Death. The clarifier was death, the death card, and that is again upright. Again, the death card says it's representing transition. There's a transition that needs to happen, that's trying to happen. Letting go and release. The past needs to be placed behind you so you can focus your energy on what is ahead of you. All right. Again, this is the same card and it's upright. Same message right now. Okay. So the past is still with her. She needs to transition and she's not. All right. That wheel needs to turn and it's not because it was in reverse. All right. So the Ultimate Clarifiers deck further clarified. The card says your best bet for a long, vibrant future begins with home. That was in reverse. Now we know because I just explained that she kept saying over and over and over that she, quit her job or whatever sold it, I guess, her medical spa so that she could stay at home and be a stay at home mom. She literally says that that's what she wanted to do. And so this card is in reverse. So I guess she didn't find vibrancy at home raising the kids. I don't know. But reverse, it's saying that she may need to reset by going home to your family, possibly making amends while hearing others out and accepting genuine family love. So this card took it to another level, okay? That home is important to her, but there was something more that she was needing that is surrounding home, and that may mean that she needs to go home to like her parents, or I know she's from Vietnam, maybe Vietnam, or Spirit is saying parents, her parents. This is linked to her parents. Let's keep going. What she sees as the best is the Ten of Cups, and that was upright. I love it when that card comes up. It's a beautiful card. It means nothing but wonderful, like family connections and stuff, and happy endings and things like that. So, emotional stability, domestic harmony. She hopes to reach true emotional fulfillment by sharing herself with others. Now, one thing I'm going to say right now, I don't think this is what she hopes for the best. I don't think she's going to be able to get that by, I can see her trying to share herself with others by, because even in an interview, I think she says she wanted to make new friends or something like that. She met Lisa through the school and wanted to make new friends. Okay. But we can admit this is a huge step that the average person doesn't. Well, for one, they don't have the opportunity, but they don't leap this far to make new friends. We don't go on a show to make new friends, a reality show that's plays around the world to make new friends. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where you go to make new friends. I mean, but I'm just saying that's a huge leap to just make some friends. But apparently that was her goal, and it's coming up as the best. She wants to share herself with others for emotional fulfillment. But I think that emotional fulfillment won't be found here. I think she needs to go back home to her family and make amends, it sounds like. Okay, and the clarifier for the best is King of Swords in reverse. So when it's upright, this card, and I was told, I feel like I need to tell you guys what it means upright, because she feels like she's harnessing this energy upright. This is how she is pulling the energy in the upright position of it. So, intellectual power, clear thinking, truth, and authority. This king understands that power holds great responsibility. Now let's go back to authority, because authority is tied into control. I just wanted to let you guys know there's a connection there. She needs to be in control. She needs to have authority, I guess in her immediate surroundings or whatever. So that's what it means upright, and it has been blocked. So further clarified by the Ultimate Clarifiers deck, money and career elevate now. That too was in reverse. This card applies pressure to the querent regarding any idea they've been hesitant to act upon. And it also highlights that their hard work and the energy that they've invested in will be rewarded soon. Okay, so duly note that, because that's going to come up in a card later. The work that she's putting in and the reward, the payoff, that sort of thing. But this was reversed as well. It was reversed as well. That's blocked energy. Now, right here, Sages, this is where I kindly and humbly ask you guys to please click like and subscribe, for just to show me a little appreciation for all my hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, okay, going into all of this, because my back and my neck, all right, I think I've been sitting up and I got stiff, so it is hurting y'all, just to let y'all know. But I'm doing this for y'all, for my sages. So please click like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. All right, that will show me that you appreciate what I'm doing. All right, thank you so much. Now let's look at what the worst is. The worst is represented by Two of Wands. This position means what she imagines, what she sees as the worst possible outcome for the decision to what? Join the salt to the lake to the city. It represents how she feels would be the worst, and that is leaving comfort, taking risk. Jenny has to progress from just having the plan to actually stepping out of her cocoon. This means actually leaving her comfort zones and exploring new territory. So I think this is tied back to her feeling like the best is to step out there and make new friends. But all that was reversed and everything. That was reversed. But that's what she thinks she's about to do, but it was reversed. She's blocked. And the worst is for, like, she has a fear of exploring new territory, but yet she's saying she wants new friends. So, they're fighting each other. And I think the fear is winning because the cards were reversed. They were blocked. All right, let's keep going. So, check this all the way out. Okay. The worst is clarified by Page of Swords. And by the way, I meant to tell you guys, I didn't, the pictures, the images, the cards that you guys are seeing with the clarifying image is the one of the original. I did not do additional images or anything like that, okay? Because it was kind of last minute when I clarified and clarified and clarified some more. So just go with me. Page of Swords reversed. Reverse can mean she will soon receive bad news that will derail her plans. Furthermore, her silver tongue might cause trouble in the near future. Okay. Now, what was worrisome for me when I further clarified that with the Ultimate Clarifiers deck, Father figure card came out upright. This is something related to her father. Okay. Which ties us back to family. All right. I think there's some unresolved issues with the family. And the previous card said she needed to make amends with that. But for whatever reason, she went on this show to fill that hole, that emotional gap or something. So let's keep going. What's to come? What's to come is represented by the star card, which is a beautiful card, especially when it's upright. This one was what? Reversed. It was reversed. Okay. She got some good cards, but they reversed. I believe with the ratio, she had more reversed than upright, which is not surprising. This woman is blocked. Her energy is like blocked, and what concerns me with all of these reversals is that she doesn't see them as reversals. In her mind, these cards, the energy behind the cards are showing up upright. In her mind, she's not understanding or relating to the reality that her energy is blocked. I believe it's blocked because of fear. Okay. So that is what becomes worrisome because that'll make you delusional. So loss of hope, faith, or courage. That's what this card means reversed. And this is for what's to come. The challenges that used to excite her will instead make her feel as though she cannot overcome them. She lost faith in something, whether inside herself or with something she holds dear. Could be family. Just saying. The clarifier is the Empress, which is in reverse. Now, the Empress card represents fertility, pregnancy. It could be pregnant with an idea, but it's a mother figure. All right. So earlier, y'all know we had the father figure as a clarifier. First of all, before that even came up, it said something about connect with home and your family and make amends. Okay. Then the father came out, and now we got the mother figure. Okay, honey. Okay. All right. Let me calm myself. It's just okay. The Empress, reverse, is a clarifier. She's feeling a creative block, especially in birthing a new idea or expressing herself creatively for a storyline. A storyline. What storyline? What? Okay. She's worried whether it will be a success or if her work is appealing to others. Now, here's the real question. It's like, okay, girl, now, are you worried? Okay, so, because it's already weird to me that you go on national television to find friends. That's weird. Okay, that's beyond overachieving. I mean, girl, you could find friends at the park when you take your kids to the park to play or something. I mean, I don't know. People talk to me in the grocery store. I just the potential to make friends is literally everywhere. And a spirit is telling me that some people may not that may not be some people may feel like that's not true for them. I get it. Everyone doesn't have the gift for gab as I do, okay? But also I'm very approachable. Some people just approach me and get to talking to me, and I get to talking back, and boom, there's a friend. But my point is, though, the reason why I'm saying that as it pertains to Jennie is because if she's brave and bold enough to go on national television to make friends, I know darn well she has a personality where she can make friends anywhere. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so when it says that she's worried about her storyline, and if it's she had a creative block, and I believe it's because of the fear that she's carrying. She has some past issues that she's carrying, and I believe that's the block, the reason for the block. And then when it says she's worrying about her storyline appealing to others, I am wondering what's the ratio between, is she worried about how it appears to her parents or like the Bravo producers? Who does she care about more? Who is she trying to please with all of this? Who is she trying to impress? Anyway, because here we go with the ultimate clarifiers deck clarifying, saying to aging brilliantly. This card was in reverse. This card says your patience has paid off or it will pay off soon, but it's in reverse, and it talks about the patience of in this case, your job, your hard work. It talks about hard work, the hard work you've done. You're going to be paid off soon for it. It's in reverse. This is what's to come. So this is something that she is worrying about. Okay. Let's keep going. Energy influence. So here we are at the bonus card that I always include because the energy influenced all of those cards that came out, okay? And the clarifiers and the clarifiers, all of them, because it's like a tree. This reading is like a tree. You can look at it like a tree. And what does a tree need? Roots. You need roots. You gotta have roots. So from the roots comes the tree trunk and the branches and the leaves and the fruit, and everything comes from the root. The energy influence is like the roots, okay? So that's why it's important that I share it. The energy influence is Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is reversed. Nine of Wands reversed represents stubbornness, defensiveness, and refusing compromise. Someone who wants control and authority, they may be refusing compromise. That's not surprising. Someone who won't let go of the past and move forward may be refusing compromise. Okay? So, like I said, the same theme is like just going over and over and over. So, in reverse, it indicates a great personal fear or mentality that's affecting her. It's important that she does something to deal with it before fear consumes her and prevents her from progressing in a healthy manner. Okay? And earlier, we found out that she has PTSD, when her family tried to escape on a little boat. And then they got captured, kidnapped, and, left in a refugee camp. And I'm sure all of that was traumatizing, which is why earlier when that card came out, right before the father figure card from the Ultimate Clarifiers deck, the very first clarifier from the Ultimate Clarifiers deck said false promises, where she was promised something and it didn't happen. I think that ties to, and then right after that, the father figure came out. I think maybe her dad said, I'll protect you guys. We'll all be safe. We're going to get out of here because, she was saying if we didn't leave, we were going to die. But some things happened while they were on that little tiny boat, and several years before she got to America, to where she probably thought, I'm gonna die. It wasn't supposed to be like this. So I'm not saying that she's blaming her dad, but I'm saying I believe she's carrying that trauma based off of this tarot reading. I believe she's carrying that trauma with her because, well, she admitted to it in an interview. She said she has PTSD from it. And I think that's connected with the false promises and needing to make amends at home, and the father figure and the mother figure and the fear and not being able to move forward. And so then we tie that into, you felt like you had to come on television to make friends. So I am feeling like, yep, my right ear is getting hot. So I'm sorry. Sometimes when you're channeling guardian angel messages and stuff, they send you signs to let you know you're right, you're correct. So anyway, that's what that was. So having her background, I think she has like a probably a subconscious mission to show the world that I made it, and I want to show my family I made it. Look, I'm on television. I am on the TV, and I'm getting these women together. Even Mary, I'm getting them together. So let's continue to see what clarifies this stubbornness, defensiveness, and refusing compromise. Yep, what did I tell you guys? Like I just said, she wanted to be on TV to show I'm a success. Look at me. Ace of Pentacles. All right. The Pentacles is the what? The coin. The coin is the what? Money, honey. Okay. But guess what? It was what? In reverse. Don't nobody want their pentacles in reverse. Don't nobody want their money in reverse. So again, this is an example of her being blocked, having all this blocked energy, but she don't know it. She don't know it. Okay, so this indicates a lost opportunity or lack of planning and foresight. And then that was clarified further by hang up the phone. It could mean that someone needs to unplug from all electronics and get in touch with real life. If you cannot imagine being without your phone for a day or two, then there is a problem. So this ties back into the wanting to be on television to show I am successful, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, which people believe when they have money that means you're successful. Okay, so the hang up the phone. So the hang up the phone actually has numerous possible meanings to it. This one, as it pertains to her and saying unplug from all electronics, is because I guarantee you, since she wants exposure, she's checking it. Probably checking social media and things online, or any form of communication. Spirit wanted me to include that because it doesn't mean that she's checking her Instagram every day. Forms of communication, that's what it means. Okay. It is what it is. Let's continue. Now, when it comes to Jennie Nguyen and Miss Mary Cosby, I asked Tarot the question of, is Jennie targeting Mary? This card came out from the deck Moonology, all right? And I like this when I want to find out someone's, emotions and stuff. All right, so it says, what do you need to release? Okay, get all the way into it. That's what it say. What do you need to release? So of course I was wondering, what does that have to do with Mary? She can't release Mary. She didn't even know Mary. But I knew right then, boom, boom, I knew right then that Mary must represent something that she is struggling with, okay? It's not even personal with Mary. So let me, okay, well, hold on. Let me read this. Y'all know how I do sometimes. I was doing good, but let me read it and then I will break it down. Sometimes I just get a little excited now. All right. She needs to release emotional baggage and apologize to someone. It's reversed, so it's blocked. Okay. All right. Let me calm myself. When I get into these cards, you guys, and when the little light bulb come on, I'm like, yes, that's it right there, and I just get so excited. All right. Now I'm calm. Now so what it is she doesn't have, so she is targeting Mary. Yes, that is not our imagination, okay? Because I heard some other folks say it feels like she's targeting Mary. Yes, she is, okay? She is. However, it's not personal to Mary. She does not know Mary. It's not personal to Mary. It's not. But Mary represents something that she is struggling with, okay? What does Mary represent, y'all? Okay, religion, faith, higher power. So what I'm saying is, I'm getting, and remember, all my words are, this is commentary, these are my opinions, and they are alleged and not to be used as facts. Now, Indigo, I feel like perhaps on that small fisherman's boat, and during the time where her family was kidnapped, and during the time they were in Viet, Vietnam, her parents probably relied on their faith. In that boat with the scary, she said it was a small boat. Her parents probably relied on their faith. They got kidnapped by pirates and taken to another country. Her parents probably relied on faith, as they were in the refugee camp. Then she got placed in the middle of Long Beach, California, which was, I'm sure, very different. Okay? Black people. Okay. Anyway, and I'm sure they relied on faith. But my point is, I believe the reason why Mary is her feeling like, seeming like, and coming across the television as if she's her target, it has to do with what Mary represents. And, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna, I'm gonna stop right there. Spirit is saying, now. I will save that for if and when I do a Mary read, because I was gonna go into some other Mary stuff. But tying into, now I'm back to talking about Jennie and her faith, but tying into the false promises, which was the very first ultimate clarifier that came out in the past position. Okay, so hopefully this is all making sense. If it's not, hit me up in the comments. All right, please remember to click like. Please do that for me. Let me know that you've listened to it, which I truly appreciate. And just let me know you in return appreciate my hard work. That'd be great. Thank you so much. And if you are not subscribed yet, how dare you? How dare you? Okay. But thank you for listening. Please hit the subscribe. And of course, I'm going to ask you guys to share it and click the bell so that you know when I release another video. I think that I'm going to go ahead and do a Mary video, and then I'm going to take a break, you guys. Mercury retrograde is coming up, and it's scheduled for tomorrow, and my electronic equipment have already started acting up, and I just can't take it. I just can't take it. This is a nice time to take a well-deserved break. So, just in case you guys don't hear from me for a couple of days, I'm okay. I am just resetting. All right? So you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.